oh, that doesn't make sense. What, you want to do this? And that's literally what he done. What is going on, YouTube family? Gabriel Sey, aka The Truth, back with another Teach Me Tuesday. That's what's up. As always, if this video helps in any way, shape or form, don't forget to hit that like button, smash the ting, yeah? And don't forget to share it with a mate. Oh, and quickly, My Protein Black Friday sale is now live. There's 40% off at the moment and it's going to increase over the weekend. So check the link in the description, grab a bargain right now. But straight into it. There are 4 main training styles that most people go for when they first enter the gym, right? So you've got endurance, you've got hypertrophy, you've strength, and then you've got power. When I first stepped in the gym, I wanted to get bigger, but when I started getting more focused about like what I was doing was when I started playing American football, and then I was like, yo, I wanna train for more power. So quick story before we start. It all makes sense. So when I was training one of the guys, one of the big bodybuilders who has been helping me, he used to play American football as well, and we were all young. He was like, what, 3 years younger than me? Well, still is, because like, you know what I mean? And basically we were doing rack pulls. So we're training rack pulls, you know, like he went first, loading up the bar, whatever, banging it out. Then I was like, yo, I feel like I should be like, because logically I started thinking, I was like, I'm doing all this heavy weight and I'm pulling like really slow. But I was like, but I kind of want to be like faster, like more impact, you know, like speed behind it. Then he was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. What, you want to do this? And that's literally what he done. And I was like, yo, but like in my head, that doesn't really make sense. Because he was kind of big, like he was massive, I was like, okay, so let me take this advice, and he'd been training longer than me as well. So from this advice, the whole time that I thought I was training power, I wasn't. And then it got me thinking about like other people that I've spoken to and stuff like that. And I'm like, people don't really understand the difference between strength and power, and really understand what they need to do to, you know, grow in the area that they want to. So I'm gonna break this shit down. So really just focusing on strength and power, as you probably noticed from the title, stating the obvious, Gabe. Nice one. Let's start with the definition of strength. I'm gonna read it because I didn't memorize it. Strength is the ability to exert force, measured in newtons, in order to overcome the resistance. Okay? Power is measured in watts and is the ability to exert force in the shortest period of time. But many of us get confused. I know I did. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to have, and that's because you've got powerlifting, which most of the time when you see it, and you see people doing it, they're lifting like massively heavy weights, and a lot of the time when they're going for 1 rep maxes, that weight is moving slow. But in essence, that is strength training. But true power training comes in 3 different forms, okay? So we got plyometric. So these are like your box jumps, your med ball slams, that type of stuff. A lot of us know what plyometrics are. Then you've got ballistic, which would be like med ball overhead throws. Have you seen those? Like where you explode back and try and throw it as far back as you can. Some people do it with kettlebells as well. And like barbell squat jumps, which I've done a lot in the past. And then lastly, you've got dynamic. So dynamic is like, you know when you see people doing bench pressing with like the chains or like the bands and stuff like that, you know, like the big movements. So your compound lifts like the bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press, all that kind of stuff, but with bands. So the muscle's always loaded before you explode up, as an example for shoulder press, as I just demonstrated. Or like when you're squatting, the weight's pulling you down, so you're keeping full contraction and full control of everything before you explode up. But strength takes the speed out of the rep. So it's not focusing on how fast you're lifting it, it's just focusing on the amount that you're lifting. The amount of time that it takes isn't a big deal. And then you've got hypertrophy, which I'm not really going to go into much detail in this, but that is more about time under tension for the maximal load for that rep range. You feel me? So like, I'm not gonna go into it. That's a different video. So if you wanna do power training, don't confuse the two. Power training and strength training, they're similar in some respects, but very different obviously in others. So let's take a look at some examples. I've got like 3 different types of people. So you've got the guy that wants to be big but agile. So this is normally like, say, NFL players. A lot of NFL players, they want to get jacked because they need to be a certain size to play their position, but they also want to be agile and stuff like that. I'm not including mobility. Mobility is a huge part of this whole process, but let's just look at the strength and power and hypertrophy side of it. So the phases for this person, I'll probably start with power and then move to strength and then move to hypertrophy. But then during the hypertrophy phase, so if you think of hypertrophy here and power here, the hypertrophy phase will kind of come out as the power phase increases. So then my logic behind this is you'll get the explosive power from the first phase, and then you want to build on the overall strength. So you want to be strong to then let that translate further down the line. So once you've got stronger, when you move to hypertrophy, you'll be able to move a heavier weight for more reps to get more growth, and then slowly start fading that out and bring more power stuff in so you keep it explosive. Be mindful, I haven't tested these. This is just what I was thinking, you know, something that I'd probably test on myself or a client to see whether that kind of phase works, but just logically that makes sense to me. Then you've got the second type of person. This is what I wanted to be when I started playing American football, and that is compact, agile, and strong. So the hypertrophy side of things wasn't a big thing for me. For this type of person, power, keep the agility, keep that explosiveness, into strength, to then get more strength behind you, to then when you go back to power, you're then doing power movements with heavier weights, so then you're increasing your overall power over a period of time. That makes sense. And then the final one that most people go for, and that's big and strong. Strength, hypertrophy, strength, hypertrophy. So you start with strength, you want to get a solid base, you want to be able to move weight well, and then you move to hypertrophy to then get more muscle mass, and then move to strength again to increase your overall strength, and then take it back to hypertrophy so you can start shifting weights again at a heavier point than you were before. Now I'm not going to go into like reps and sets and all that kind of stuff. That's a completely separate video, and I don't want to make this video too long. If you do want that video, then let me know in the comment section. But as far as that goes, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, but as it is Tuesday, today's Transformation Tuesday of the week goes to Ramesh. 103 kg down to 72 kg. That is freaking awesome. Keep up the good work. And on that note, don't forget to hit the like button, smash the thing, yeah. Don't forget to check out my protein and the Black Friday sales, which is gonna be epic. Get some cheap protein and just stock up, cause it's damn near free. Don't forget to leave a little comment. Oi, Gabe, I didn't really think about it in that much depth, but thanks for bringing it up. And I'm gonna keep that in mind next time I create a training plan. Thanks. Don't forget to share it with your mates. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of the videos. And I will catch y'all sexy bunch later. Peace.
Whipping excursion. I gotta pick up that person. In the trap, whipping that working. You're not a gangster, you're just an internet version.